So hey guys, welcome back to another interesting video. In this video, we will talk about like how you can be a data analyst as well as how you can be a business analyst. If you are thinking to be data analyst and business analyst, you can be through this video. So in this video, we will talk about like resources, learning resources, interview process as well as about the salary. So बने रहो यार इस वीडियो में. Let's get started. So thank you so much, Samir sir. Over to you, sir.
So hey guys, my name is Samir Gupta. I work as a data analyst for ADDX, which is a investment company in Singapore. So currently I'm working over there as a data analyst. The tech stack that I'm using is basically my work includes using SQL for querying data, and then it uses Power BI for creating dashboards. Then apart from that, a little bit of Python for the engineering pipeline stuff, basic Lambda functions and all. And apart from that, general deployment things, the miscellaneous things which come in the IT background like Git and everything.
Wow.
So yes, this is a very basic introduction about me and the things that I do in a day-to-day life.
Wow, so nice. So sir, the first question is like what data analysts do as well as business analysts do.
Okay. So generally what I think is data in itself has been a really crucial part in everyone's life. Like if we see this pattern, if we try to look at this pattern since past 5 or 6 years, this industry has been in a boom. So data is something that is generated every day in a very huge quantity, and it can give you miscellaneous amount of insights about different things. So basically the complete plethora of things, if we bring that together under a single platform, we call it as data science. Under data science, we have different divisions which starts from basically bringing the data in, then processing the data, then deriving the results out of those data, and then predicting the future based on the previous instances. This is a very brief complete process of like how data science works. Now if we look into the first part of it, wherein we are moving into we are basically looking into the past data and then deriving insights out of it. This is the work of a data analyst. Okay, so and first of all, I'll just want to clear this very basic concept of all the viewers. Data analyst and business analyst both seem to be like each other. The job description that you will find on the platforms for each of the jobs that you apply, maybe from InstaHire, maybe from LinkedIn, maybe from anywhere, maybe from their own platforms, it would be pretty much the same, but the job profile when you step into the day-to-day activities for the same, it's really very different if we keep business analysis and data analysis into mind. So now basically being a data analyst, first I'll move forward with what data analysis is all about. So data analyst comes from the word data analysis. So two parts, data and analysis. What does it basically mean? You are getting some data with respect to any of the particular business, and then you're analyzing that data, trying to bring out insights based on different metrics or different KPIs. Now the thing is, bringing out this data, it's not a very, what we call a very simple or not a very straightforward process. This process is really different for according to each and every individual. For example, let us consider I am looking into a company's sales data. So according to me, the key performance indicators or the KPIs would be really different. But according to you, maybe according to someone else, if I start asking them like, on what basis are you going to measure the sales? On what basis are you going to say the sales are good or bad or average? So the parameters for each and every one of us would be different. So here is what a group of data analysts, when they come together and bring out their own KPIs and then club them, this is how we get the actual and the what we call really good insights about what the data is all about. Now coming about business analysts. So now business and analyst, the work is basically to analyze the business. if you see the difference, the first guy was just analyzing the data, keeping the business out of mind. He
Right.
was just doing like, he was getting the data, he was analyzing it based on the KPIs, and then he was getting out like, this is the data, this was the data that you gave me. On the basis of this, I can tell you these things. But being a business analyst takes you a little forward from a data analyst. You are going to derive the things, no doubt. You are going to get the data, you are going to derive the things, but after that, you are going to take some key business decisions also. Like you are going to put forward some decisions, like once again taking the example of that sales data thing. Once you get the sales data out of it, then you can make out and you can tell the appropriate team or maybe the higher management about this, like this was the data, these are the results that I got, and based on this, these are the things that I propose from my end, that you can increase your revenue with respect to this, you can move forward with marketing or any of the steps that they try to move forward into. So this is a very basic difference between a business analyst and a data analyst.
Wow, a nice explanation. And sir, now we know who is business analyst and data analyst. And now, if we are talking about like from where we should prepare for them, so like from where we can prepare.
Okay, so from where we can prepare. So first of all, like what is the tech stack that you must know? At a very basic and at a very starting level, if you would ask me, at least you must be knowing one programming language out of these two, either Python or R. Okay.
For business analyst,
This is basically a complete plethora for data science, basically.
Okay.
Becoming a data analyst in general. You must be knowing a programming language, either Python or either R. Whichever you feel comfortable in. Most of the guys, I think so, are comfortable with Python because R is a language which was specifically made for statistical things and for doing the data analysis and the performing different kinds of analysis and model training and all. Python, on the other hand, is a universal language which each and every person who is into engineering or who is into some kind of programming is trying to somehow get a hold of. So this is the first thing. Next thing, the biggest thing one must know is SQL. SQL is the biggest and the most important thing that you would be knowing if you want to become a data analyst, a business analyst, or a business intelligence analyst, or maybe if you want to dive into data science also. Like what is SQL? SQL is structured query language. What is the use of it? It is basically used to query out data from databases or from different sources of data.
Exactly.
So querying out data, what is the meaning of querying out data? We have data. We have data stored somewhere. It's in some unstructured form. What is data? Data is huge lists of information, huge tables, huge lists of information, numbers, digits, decimal pointers,
Strings,
names, etc., etc. So much into a data. Now, how are you going to segregate the data according to your will? That's where SQL comes into action. From SQL, writing queries, getting the data according to your needs, putting the conditions in there, putting the group by things in there, how you want to club the data, what are the conditions you want to use, on what basis you want to partition the data. All these things come using SQL. How you want to join two different data sets into a single data set based on something and then query out data. These are the things that SQL gives you into. So if we look into data analysis, the very initial steps, which includes processing of data, wherein we go through the data, try to understand what the data is all about, what the data is all about, what is the information that we can get from the data, how we can query out data, how we can process the data out of it. Everything can be achieved via SQL. Okay, next is coming to any of the BI tools that you want to use. Some of the famous BI tools: Power BI, very famous; Tableau, very famous; ClickView, very famous these days. So any one of them, whichever feels comfortable to you. It's like all these tools are based on what we call a same principle. If you learn Power BI, then it would be really easy for you to learn Tableau also. If you have a knowledge on any one of the BI tools perfectly, then it would be really easy for you to learn any of the other BI tools. It's basically, if I try to quote it, like maybe people would be having some issues with that, but it's like if you learn any of the OOPS concepts, proof concept language. Okay, if you maybe go with C++, then many of you might have heard from your seniors or from your bosses or maybe from your friends, like if you have learned C++, Java would be really easy for you.
Right.
If you learn Java, then some other language would be very easy for you. Maybe Kotlin would be very easy for you. Then Android development would be very easy for you. All these things are based on OOPS, object oriented programming, right? So this is the same scenario is happening over here. If you have learned any one of the BI tools, then it is really easy for you to move forward into any of the other BI tools. So these are the basic things that you would be needing. And before all these things, keeping in mind a very basic
Sorry.
thing, the very basic thing, and one tool that everyone neglects to use, but is one of the very important tools if you want to step into this analysis world, is Microsoft Excel.
Yeah.
Microsoft Excel is something that everyone neglects, but I have been into interviews wherein the interview has been driven on the basis of Microsoft Excel only. Like
Wow.
the things they like, the take home assignments that they give as a part of interview process, those are directly based on maybe Excel pivot tables, Excel dashboarding. So Excel is a very important tool to keep in mind. Now coming to resources. Resources, I must say, uh, never never ever try to pay for any of the courses. Never ever try to pay for any of the courses if you think you can spare some time researching about things. If you are ready to spare your time to research the resources, then it is then don't pay. But if you want everything at a single place in a structured order, basically you want everything in your hands and you just want to go through the course and learn the things, then paying for a course is really good, really a nice option. Then coming to SQL, yeah, there are plenty of websites online. If I must say, if I can remember a name, SQL Zoo. SQL Zoo is a website wherein you can go and practice SQL. Very basic questions over there, very easily explained, very interesting questions also, basic and interesting questions. But it would give you a command over very basic commands, very basic queries that we use in SQL. Like it would give you a command on the conditioning, like how to use a where clause, how to use a join, how to use a group by, how to use the having clause. Very basic things about SQL, and it would give a very good idea to you about all of these things. And telling from my work experience, I've been working on SQL from past 1.5 years now. Till date, I can't remember how many SQL queries or scripts I have written. Apart where using a where clause, group by, having clause, using the window functions, using the joins. That's it, I think. So that is the most that I have done as a data analyst, to query out data and to really bring out reports which have been really good for which have had really good insights for the business users. So basically, if you have command on these very basic concepts, then you are really good to go with SQL. But the biggest issue is people think like these are very simple concepts, let's skip them, let's move to the difficult part wherein we have triggers, cursors, procedures. So we would be going to that. Intermediate SQL, advanced SQL is also something that is really important for you, but having a command over the basic thing would really outshine everything in terms of SQL. For Python, dude, Python is having its own documentation. Official Python documentation is the best thing that you can refer to. It is having all the functions that you can use, all the libraries that you can use. Each library is having a page under the Python documentation, so you can refer to that. Apart from Python documentation, you wouldn't be needing any other thing. If you start coding in Python, learn the basic concept. You can refer to YouTube, get a very basic video about things. Okay, get a hold of very basic things like how looping is done, how the conditional statements are written, how printing is done, how input taking, data types, very basic idea about how Python programming is done. Once you have an idea, start coding. Go to the
Right.
platforms like HackerRank, HackerEarth. Therein you have assignments for Python for free. You can access those assignments. Wherever you are stuck, uh, try to solve it. If you might have heard of any of the functions, go on the Python documentation page, go through that functions documentation, like what that function does, how many parameters does it take, what is the return value, the data type of the return value, basic idea about all the functions. So Python documentation is fine, go through videos, and that's it. For Power BI or maybe Tableau, YouTube is your friend. YouTube is your best friend for this. Currently, I'm able to remember only a single YouTube channel. I think so. Simply Learn. I think so. That's the name.
Okay.
Simply Learn is a
Okay.
YouTube channel, so you can refer to that YouTube channel for Power BI videos, really good videos, or maybe for all kinds of videos. It has SQL videos also. It has Python videos also. Really good videos on Simply Learn. Apart
Wow.
from that, there are other channels just like Simply Learn who are giving away, 10 hours of courses at a stretch in a single video, and those videos are fabulous. You can go through, if you are patient enough to go through those 10 hours of video, and you would get immense knowledge about that topic, and nothing can beat that. So yeah, these are the resources that you can follow. And apart from
Nice,
that,
sir.
coming to one certification also, if you are interested into certifications, there's certification. Earlier, I think so, it was called PL300. Now I don't remember the name. Now also it is, I think so, the same PL300 only.
PL.
It's basically Microsoft Certified Data Analyst, which is a course on Power BI.
So, sir, nice, sir. Sir, let's move on to the next question. The question is like, how many interview rounds there, and kindly share your experience also.
Okay. So interview rounds, if I talk about a very general data analyst interview, like how it goes. So data analyst general interview starts like all other interviews. You get a call from the HR, a very basic brief idea about how your work experience, how wherever you have worked, what all work you have done. The second round generally is a take home assignment or an online assessment. Online assessment is generally based on SQL, sometimes Python also, if it's a hardcore data analyst job. If it's more into analysis only and only dashboarding, then it's more of about SQL only. Okay, so now once you clear that, then there comes the first technical round, the first technical interview, wherein you sit with the interviewer, you have a chat on, basically the chat is all about Python and SQL only.
Okay.
And if he wants to go into dashboarding and maybe the BI tools, then he would be going into one like Power BI or Tableau. Okay, so it's also like if that company is using Tableau but you are trained on Power BI, so he would just ask you, you can tell him like, this is the tool that I use. So if that aligns with the company's tech stack, then that's fine. Then you would be having some questions on that, or else things just go again to be back to SQL and Python. So this is basically the first round. Then generally what happens is you are given a case study. This is in the second round, second technical round. What you are given is a case study wherein the guys also want to check your business acumen, like how you are prepared with respect to the business point of view. Are you able to think from that perspective? I'll just not quote the company. So I went into an interview wherein they started asking all about, they gave an example of a taxi service. Like, these are the number of taxis that you have, this is the tariff that you take for each ride, and these are the busy hours, these are the light hours. How much money would you be making according to you? Basically they just wanted to check your mathematical acumen. How good are you in creating equations, and how good you are in dealing with numbers, how good are you at crunching numbers and getting insights out of it. And then basic business decisions like how you are going to increase the revenue, how you can be into that room also. Because
Mm-hmm.
being a business analyst, you need to be good with data also and be good with business also.
Oh.
So as if you want to be good with data, then you would be able to collect the insights, and you would be able to know like the insights are correct or not according to the data that you have. If you are
Mm-hmm.
good at business, then bringing out business decisions based
Mm.
on that particular data or the basic insights that you got out. So this is a part of business and the business thinking and the business acumen. So this is where this business thing comes into action. So the second task is generally more about this,
Okay.
and then we move into the HR process, and that's it. So
Final.
generally this is the case. We generally have 3 to 4 rounds.
Okay.
Okay, and then my experience
Mm.
was also really nice. Started like this only. There was a take-home assignment. No,
Mm-hmm.
there it wasn't a take-home assignment. Sorry, it was an online test. It was
Okay.
an online test based
Test.
upon SQL. We had five
Okay.
questions on SQL. I think so on hacker rank only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so went through that. After that, the first technical round, all about SQL, everything, be
Oh.
it be it about the be it about writing queries, be it about the theoretical questions like
Mm.
what is the difference between where and having clause, what are different kinds of joins. Then, if you are given two kinds of tables, wherein these are the number of data, these
Mm.
are basically the cardinality of each table was given. Then, if we do these kinds of joins,
Mm-hmm.
cardinality is given and also some basic data is given like in the terms of numbers. Then if we do inner join between these two tables, or maybe right join, left join, then how many records will you get in the final table, these kinds of questions
Okay.
in SQL. Then
Mm-hmm.
the second technical round, it was all about this number crunching.
Mm. Okay.
Given a business case study, how to solve that particular business case study. So an idea from my end is very basic thing everyone must have told you. Whenever you get a business use case, whatever you are thinking on paper or in your mind, keep speaking about it. Keep the interviewer involved with you, because if the interviewer is left out, feels left out,
Mm-hmm.
or if you leave him aside and just keep thinking to yourself, if you give
Mm.
the answer also, that wouldn't be of a very much use to them.
Mm.
Because coming into business analysis, taking decisions for the business is something of a team game.
Mm.
Something of a
Right.
team game, as in you need to consult other teammates also. You need to have a word with them, give your approach, understand their approach, club those approaches, come to the best approach for the company. This is how basically a business works. But if you just keep thinking to yourself and then in the end just give out numbers like these are the numbers that I thought of, that won't be of much greater use to the team as well in the future.
Mm.
So this is something that you need to do. And then I had my HR interview.
HR round final.
Hmm. So now there are few things that few highlights from my end, that
Yes.
apart from this process, some companies,
Mm.
if you try to move inside consulting, because consulting is also a place wherein you play with data, you give out insights and all these things. So if you move inside this consulting domain, then these guesstimates are one more thing that I see these days are being
Mm-hmm.
asked a lot. You can practice guesstimates, go through guesstimate videos on YouTube, like how a guesstimate is attended. Few of the guesstimates that I can give you is once I was asked, like, where in whichever area you live, in a radius of 5 kilometers,
Mm.
how many ATMs do you think you have?
Oh.
Or maybe a very famous guesstimate which is asked everywhere, and now you can
Mm.
get the answer online also. Like,
Mm.
you have a tennis ball, and in front of you a Boeing 747 is standing.
Okay.
How many tennis balls can you fill inside a Boeing 747?
Oh shit.
Just guess the number. So these are the things, but in these questions now there is no right answer. What they
Mm.
want to know is how you are thinking, how you are scaling the data.
Mm.
Because it's all about like how many how many things you can store in a very small place. It's like going from a very small circle to a very large circle.
Hmm.
Okay, they just want to understand the way you are thinking, and it's not more of about like you are giving a very correct answer. Yeah, the answer should be nearby to correct.
Hmm.
It can vary, but
Right.
the method should be really correct, because
Hmm.
estimate is all about guessing and giving out good numbers and taking good numbers in hand. Like if I was asked guess the area of Delhi, there are many methods, and if you take any inappropriate number and then you come up with something like 2000 square meters, something like this,
Hmm.
2200 square kilometers, something like this is a very vague answer. You know, that isn't a
Ah.
size of a metropolitan city. So these are the things that you need to keep in mind while attending a guesstimate. But yeah, that's
Sure.
fine. Apart from that, for becoming a data analyst or a business analyst, also you need to be thorough with mathematics. Mathematics and
Mm-hmm.
statistics is something that you need to have command on. Basically, I stepped into this field because I was from a technical background, and mathematics is something that I used to do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I just tried to amalgamate these both things. Where can I use mathematics as well as technical things? And data analysis or data science is something that I stepped upon. So I started working in this direction. So yeah,
Okay.
these are the things that you must keep in mind while attending an interview or while preparing for becoming a data analyst or business analyst.
Oh, nice, sir. And sir, from market, like if I know data analyst skills, so from
Mhm.
market, how much salary I can expect as a data analyst, A- as a fresher?
Expectations. As a fresher, the expectations again depends company to company. If you are looking into a product based company or a
Hmm.
really good startup, then 10 to 12 LPA, maybe 14 at max, becoming a
Mm-hmm.
data analyst. But if you are going via a service based company, then somewhere around 6 or 7, because these days service based companies are also looking for data analysts and business analysts. So that is also something that you can be. And see, the starting package for data analyst or business analyst seems to be a little less compared to SDEs or maybe
Mm-hmm.
test engineers. But with time, as in when you groom in this particular field, there is endless money once you are, really skilled in this particular field, once you have experience in this field, once you, because uh, becoming a data analyst or business analyst, at the end of the day, you are going to be really helpful for any organization, be it in a banking sector, be it in a technical sector, be it in be it in traveling sector, also in
And
any of the particular sectors.
hmm.
Data analyst or business analyst is something that is really important for them, because they also want to know like how we performed earlier and
Hmm.
what can we do better to perform better than that.
Right.
So basically, you are what we call a torch bearer for them, a torch
Hmm.
bearer for them, like to give them a way, like this is the path that you must follow to get something out of your business.
Right.
So these are
Yeah.
the figures
And
that
sir,
I.
if I have 2 years or 4 years of experience in data analyst, so
Mhm.
how much money? Like suppose our audience is working professional, and
Mhm.
they want to switch into data analyst, and you
Mhm.
told the all the skills
Mhm.
very well in very well way. So they
Mhm.
has prepared. If they have experience like in
Mhm.
SDE or in testing, and then they are switching to a data analyst. So
Mhm.
there is a like money hike or not? Salary
uh, you can expect a money hike, but it won't be much,
hike.
because the thing is they would be judging you based, if a company is hiring you as a data analyst, for them you are like a fresher only, because
Mm-hmm.
it's your
Right.
first professional experience as a in the terms of data analysis. But the thing is, if you are experienced in data earlier also and then you are
Mm.
switching to a new company, then you can expect a really good hike.
Oh,
So yeah.
wow,
So for
nice.
2 years of experience, if we see like in 2 years, if you are from a if you are from a service-based company, then only you would be thinking about switching into another role and going into a different company. Or being in a
Mm-hmm.
product-based company as an SD, I don't think many would be thinking of switching their career path after
Right.
2 years at least. So if you are from a services company, I expect that the salary would be somewhere around 8 or 9 LP after 2 years maximum. or maybe 10 at max. Okay, so after 10 you can expect some you can expect something of a similar fashion, or maybe till 11 or 12. The hike won't be much, but yeah, the journey would be really good. The switch would be really good, because in the coming near future, data is everything. You know, you might have seen like how the data privacy and everything
हाँ.
with respect to data is, you know, coming up in market in terms of news. So data is the big thing in the future, and it's a really good decision if you want to switch to this particular field.
Wow, nice. And thank you so much, sir, for your timing. And hope so, guys, you will get all the resources. If you get, then kindly do like and subscribe and share with your friends also. So if someone wants to be a data analyst or business analyst, so this video can be a very helpful resource. And thank you so much, sir, for your timing.
Thank you.